Hello, Word of J 2012 here, and today I have a bit of a deep and philosophical topic I want to discuss. I understand that this is a more serious video than what I usually make, but it's because it's of a serious issue. And what is this issue? Well, it's quite simple. One thing I normally don't disclose online is that, well, I have a fear of death. It's something that's kind of been making me worry deep inside. I understand that it's a natural thing to happen, and at some point everyone will die somehow, so in essence it's not really something I should keep thinking about. In fact, a lot of media that I've consumed as a child has taught me the unfortunate case of death. But this isn't a case of if I'm gonna die, but rather a case on when, how, and what will happen after. And I know I'm not the only one that feels this way, since I have asked a few people about this, be it friends or family or whoever, and they also expressed that they also feel worried about what happens. I know that different religions have different beliefs as to what happens, be it you go to heaven, get reincarnated as something else, or just nothing. However, seeing as I'm not really a religious person, I don't want to go into too much depth about all this. And seeing as death is inescapable and something that can't really be prevented unless if miraculously in the future science finds a way to achieve immortality, the next best thing we can really do is try to think of ways to not worry about it so much. To begin with, I would like to share 3 quotes that I feel like sharing, and my interpretation of them. I actually asked a friend of mine about how I felt about this situation, and what he told me is this: one who fears death never truly lives. One who is not afraid of death never truly dies. I find this to be a truly thought-provoking quote, as it shows that if you spend all your days thinking about dying, it just makes you stress out more and more. Additionally, stress can be problematic if one were to have it excessively. So it's best to enjoy your days now instead of fearing what's to come. Enjoy your time now and don't waste it panicking over something that might not even happen anytime soon. It also can't be healthy to panic over the future, so enjoy your time in the present while you can. This next quote is one that nobody told me, but I found it online and I found it pretty fascinating, so I might as well include it. Man cannot possess anything as long as he fears death, but to him who does not fear it, everything belongs. I personally interpret it as this. The first sentence tells you that if you spend more time thinking about death, you're going to lose the things that you were probably looking forward to. Your books, your movies, your shows, your games, your music. They can all go in a flash if you don't use your time to enjoy them. The more you think about death, the less you think about the stuff you enjoy, and therefore you won't get the chance to enjoy them. The second sentence then states that to the people who aren't afraid of death, they don't need to worry about losing them or the chance to make good use of them. Appreciate your time now to enjoying these, because when it comes to your possessions, it's never too late to have fun with them, whether it be now or in a year's time. Finally, I have a quote that pretty much everyone has said, and even a friend of mine shared it. But it's a nice quote, so I didn't want to waste it. Carpe diem. Seize the day. I'm sure everyone has heard this quote at some point in their lives, but basically it tells us that the future is unforeseen and mysterious, so there's no real purpose to think about it. As a matter of fact, it is more ideal to make the best out of today so that your future can truly prosper. It's similar to the first quote I shared, but this time it's short, sweet, and to the point. This could be the most important quote in this video, as it is a very recited quote, and for good reason. It's 2 Latin words that look like so little, but yet really mean so much. Now, despite me talking about how I watched movies that had themes of death in them, were there any movies I saw that made me think of my own mortality? Well, yes actually. And the answer to that would be The Invention of Lying, starring Ricky Gervais. Yes, seriously, please bear with me. The whole gist of this movie is that it is set in a world where everyone only ever tells the truth. At one point, Mark, Ricky Gervais' character, is about to get evicted, so he tries to get money from the bank, which gives him the idea to lie about him actually having the money he owes. Therefore, he invents the world's first ever lie, and uses that to his advantage. It's a really good movie that I consider pretty underrated, and can be pretty funny in all honesty, and if you find a copy in the wild, I'll highly recommend giving it a go. But I bring this movie up because at one point, Mark's mom is dying, and to console her, he tells her that when you die, it won't be all nothing forever, but instead a happy afterlife. But because this is a world where only the truth is told, everyone considers his words a gospel, and hilarity ensues. I don't want to go into too much depth because I really do recommend you see it, but my point is, to people who have a fear of death, having a loved one tell you what could happen is definitely something that I think can help ease your fear. Even if it is something far-fetched like it being a room made out of candy when you die, for example, then at least a feeling like that would make someone feel more relaxed, and have a more satisfying end. Granted, nobody truly knows, and nobody ever will know. It is perhaps the only mystery that will stay unsolved forever. So all we can really do is guess. If we end up in heaven and it's just like the one from This Is the End with Seth Rogen, then awesome. I happily await that. Equally, if we end up in hell and it's the one from the Helliverse, then that's also fine by me. And if we end up reincarnated as another human or species altogether, then I can't really complain. But I guess if you want to get to brass tacks, my fear isn't really death. It's more about what will happen after. But you know what? I don't think I should have to keep thinking about that all my life. It ain't healthy, and it doesn't really make living fun. I want to enjoy my life, focus on my hobbies, have fun with friends and family, hopefully secure a good job, and overall not think overly negative thoughts about my own future. I did also read that people in their 20s are more likely to fear death, but as they grow older, they fear it less. When you think about it, I guess I just fear that as time flies by much faster, the end will arrive much faster too. So this video was more discussing my fear, and hopefully, if you see it and you also have that fear, then this video might have helped a little bit. If you have any ways of coping with someone's fear of death, be it your own or someone you know, let me know in the comments. I'm always open for any suggestions. Alrighty, that's all I really have to say. This is WorldJ2012 signing out.